What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming to Politics and Life. Tonight I have a special guest, my beautiful Boo. Say hi, baby.
Hi, everyone.
We are talking about the Epstein files, which were supposed to be released today. She is a non-political one out of us two, so I think it would be great to hear a non-biased opinion on what is being talked about and discussed lately, especially today when the Epstein files are supposed to be released. So they had some influencers at the White House today that kind of propped up a binder saying Epstein files phase 1, and there was nothing in it. It almost seemed like it was just like a picture moment that this administration wanted to do almost. And I never critique Trump. I'm a huge Trump supporter, but this was a terrible decision. You ready to get started, babe?
Ready.
All right, guys, we're going to listen to a few podcasters and then we're going to listen to a few Fox News clips. Let me know what you guys want us to react to in the future. We're going to start doing videos like this more often in the future. What's up, Squid Man? As you can see, I have my beautiful lady with me tonight. I have told her about you as well. I hope you guys can hear us, by the way. This is the first time I am not using a microphone, so let me know if you can hear. Let's get it started. This is the first reaction is Shipwreck talking about the binders being held up today outside the White House and what she thought about it.
A group of independent journalists have just been spotted outside the White House, all holding binders that say Epstein file phase 1. Smiling, laughing. Looks like they all got some merch. Some more merch down here. Just merch. Is that Libs of TikTok? I know that's DC Drano. Just all the smiles. Jeffrey Epstein was accused of raping and trafficking children. And in the comments, somebody stated, turning something so repulsive into entertainment is nearly as offensive as the actions themselves. I don't understand why they believe we need this outrageous influencers between the general public and the actual events, names, and facts. And I honestly could not agree more. In between the videos and the texts and the court documents outlining what him and Ghislaine Maxwell did to those girls, to those kids, I feel like this should be a little more somber, maybe.
Yeah, so as you can see, they're outside the White House holding these folders, smiling when these kids have been trafficked and pretty much raped. And they almost took it as a staged photo op.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, I thought you would think that. I think it is very disgusting.
Inappropriate.
And the sad part is I actually follow a lot of these influencers. So for them to do that, it's just kind of like a slap in the face to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein.
Not. Maybe this is all entertainment. I don't know. Kind of grossed out, to be honest. Don't need all the theatrics. We don't need it. We don't need all that. The whole thing has been really disheartening. And not just for me, but for a lot of the OG conspiracy. I mean, there are conspiracy theorists that came long before I did that have just been waiting on this information and wanting all of this just to have it hijacked for some theatrical performance. And that's disheartening, to say the least. I'm really struggling with that. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, we worked had many videos taken down, many accounts taken down across platforms, YouTube, I mean, Instagram, TikTok, trying to put information out. And I just don't think it needs the theatrics. I don't know why it just can't be put out, and I don't know why it needs to be done in phases. Like, I don't understand why you're gonna drag this out the way that you are. This whole thing has been.
Yes, good point, Squid Man. I feel like it was a kick to the balls. We were promised it on day one from Cash Patel and Bondi, and they're still playing games. Yeah, they put it out like phase 1, like there's different phases. They should just release it all at once so the American public can see it. I think we're due that much at least. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah,
Been super disappointing. A little infuriating. It feels yucky. I don't know. It feels inauthentic. And I wish that I could just fake it and be like, breaking news, look at these guys. They've got there and they're headed out there and they're going to tell them. I wish I could do that. But even like faking, I can't. Because it feels like I get a thing and I can't do it. It feels inauthentic. I wish I could believe it. I wish I could believe that this was, but I can't. Because I don't. Such a bummer. Shoot. Agree.
Yeah, so how does that make you feel, seeing that they did a photo op?
Are you asking?
Yeah, I'm asking you, baby.
I think it's terrible. I think it's disgusting. Like I said, it's inappropriate. It's wrong.
Yeah,
like she said, it should be more of a somber thing, not smiling photo op moment.
Right, and we're talking about kids here that have been trafficked and took advantage of. We need to protect the kids.
Yeah, being a mom myself, I
An amazing mom, by the way, I like to say.
I can't even imagine. It's disgusting. I've learned a lot from you since we've met about these files, and hard to believe, to be honest, very hard to believe. I until they come out. I mean, I know I believe you because you do your research, but it's terrible. It's disgusting.
Yeah, the fact that pedophiles are getting preferential treatment as well. So this is Liz Wheeler. She's dug into this a lot in her past, and this is after she left the White House, where she explains what happened in the White House when they were given those folders. Let's get it started.
Hey, I'm in the airport, but I wanted to jump on here because this stuff is blowing up as it should be, and I wanted to open the Epstein files binder and show you what's in it, because this whole exercise is about transparency, and I wanted to address some of your concerns, but I want to start with what happened this morning. So this morning I was at the White House meeting with President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance and Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel, and they presented us with, let me show you. They presented us with a couple of things that I want to show you. And you'll have to.
Ruth, you finally get to see my beautiful lady. I've told her a lot about you. I've actually showed her the pictures of your new grandchild, by the way.
Yes. Hi, Ruth. Nice to meet you.
Have to forgive the background. We are right now in the airport, and they presented us with this binder. Now, this is the binder that I posted.
I only treat my woman like a queen. The queen she is.
Thanks, Squid Man.
Picture of, you saw that. Millions of people saw that. It says on the front, the Epstein Files Phase 1 by order of Attorney General Pamela Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel, the most transparent administration in history, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Now, what's interesting is we're all waiting for bombshells. We're all waiting for juicy stuff. And that's not what's in this binder. That's not what's in this binder at all. And that's exactly how the Attorney General presented it to us.
Real quick, and I was actually telling you about this earlier. Pam Bondi actually went on Fox, I believe it was 2 days ago, saying that she had these documents on her desk and what she saw was disgusting and disturbing. Now she's saying today what she released had nothing in it. So if she had these documents on her desk and now she's saying that the FBI took the documents or never gave her the documents, who's lying? That's what I want to know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. What I saw today was really nothing.
Exactly. It's more just, we promise you this and nothing comes out. And one thing I do tell my lady a lot is Trump's the only president that's really kept promises that he makes. And this is a huge one that he needs to deliver on ASAP. Otherwise, it will make his administration look bad. Thank you, Ruth. I believe she is so beautiful as well.
Thank you.
She handed us this binder and she said, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has given me an order to declassify the Epstein files. And I have been quickly working on.
Ruth, yes, we will definitely have to get together soon.
Doing just that because we want to be the most transparent administration in history. We know that as of a week ago, she went on, I believe it was Fox News, and said that she had the Epstein files on her desk. And when I think it was Jesse Waters asked her, well, is there anything, have you found anything juicy yet? She said, not yet. So her message to me when she handed me this binder was, we expected to release bombshells. We expected to find the dark stuff, the dirty stuff, the names of the people that were involved in what Epstein was doing. And when these files were put on my desk and she was relating how she looked through them. She was relating how she looked through them. She said, it wasn't what I was expecting. And I said, is this it? Is this it? And she said, something is not right here. Now, just because she had that feeling, she still wanted to not only fulfill the president's order to release these, she wanted to do it in a timely manner. And so they prepared this binder. They were going to release what's in this binder, and I'll show you what's in it. It's also going to be available online here shortly, so that all of us can go through it. And we're going to talk about, too, how this has bypassed the legacy media and how this is the Trump administration is harnessing new media to release this sort of exclusive, which is a good thing. But late last night, after Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel prepared this binder, the Epstein files, a source called Attorney General Pam Bondi, a source from within the FBI, from within the Southern District of New York. And this source told Pam Bondi that even though she had been told that this was the extent of the Epstein files, it's not the extent of the Epstein files, that there were.
So pretty much it's what we already got from 2016. It's all redacted, so it's all covered up, the faces, the times, the locations, the people, and it's we've already had all this information in the past, like past 5 years, so it's nothing new. So I don't know, I'm kind of questionable about Pam Bondi. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm actually getting my lady very into this stuff, because before she was not political. So it's exciting to see that she's willing to do this with me. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of other documents and files and pieces of evidence that the SDNY, the most corrupt district in the United States, was hiding. They were hiding from President Trump. They were hiding from Vice President Vance. They were hiding from Attorney General Pam Bondi. They were hiding from FBI Director Kash Patel. They were hiding from you. And so you should. Is it?
That's the end of that video. I don't understand how they're hiding from the president. I really don't understand that. I think they're kind of prolonging this. What do you think?
Like I said earlier, there's something fishy about it. Like, where are they? Why are they not out? And that video you showed me yesterday saying she had everything years ago, and
I think it was
what was
a few
it?
days ago.
Oh.
She had a few days ago, because she just got sworn in. But she did say she had disgusting things. But anyways, now I want to react to one more person, and then we're going to go to a Fox News clip. But this is one of my favorite people to get information from. It's Ian Carroll, and he actually does bring up Israel. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for that, but it seems like Israel, Mossad as they call it, is also in these Epstein files.
Holy shit, they actually just released the Epstein files. They just put them all online unredacted, and now we have all the information. Not. What they decided to do instead is to have a private meeting with a bunch of very mainstream conservative influencers in the White House, where they gave them all binders of the current first phase of disclosure. And now everything is going crazy. I'm going to try to not be super sassy and to actually give a balanced take.
I've always been pro-Israel as well. I'm actually America first, always. But I feel like any country, any person, anyone that is involved with sex trafficking, especially when it comes to kids, they should be locked up. What do you think
agree.
about that?
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
On this one. First off, why is it not online in PDF format first right now already, so that everyone can look at the information and understand what's going on and everyone can dig in? I'm assuming that that is going to be happening today or tomorrow, and that this was just like, this wasn't an arranged meeting. These cameras were for a different thing, and they happened to catch these guys all walking out of the Oval Office. And so they kind of got ambushed by a bunch of media that was there for Keir Starmer. And so this was not supposed to be publicly sort of a thing right now, but it is. So a little bit of grace that maybe the PDFs are coming, maybe it is all going online, and that this is more of just a formality, like a way of symbolizing that we want the new media involved in the case, which is a great look. Can't help but point out, though, that the new media that they chose, well, some, there's a number of personalities here, like there's Scott.
Yeah, they said phase 1 on the binders. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Like, they're going to release it in increments. No, they should release it all at once and be transparent. They're literally just releasing what the American public already knew about, so it's nothing new.
I notice. I'm not really familiar with this woman's work at all. I know that Jack Posobiec is involved. Then there's DC Drano and Chaya Rachel, whatever her name is. These two. And those two are both super Zionist, pro-Israel folk, which is okay. You can believe that if you want to believe that, but probably not the best people to represent disclosure when one of the primary questions that everyone has is exactly how much involvement did Israel have in this, because we all know that Jeffrey Epstein was working for Israel. So we probably don't want a bunch of Israel apologists in charge of the only copies of the documents that the public is getting. Like, if you read through Chaya's page, it's literally just a whole bunch of Israeli Hasbara retweeted for your...
See, people can support who they want. I don't know what this has to do. Just come out with the proof. If Israel's involved, or Gaza's involved, or Russia's involved, any country, I don't care. Just show the proof already.
Propaganda consumption. And if you don't know what Hasbara is, you should search Frank Lunt's Israel Project, and you'll find the 2009 Global Language Dictionary, which was part of a massive propaganda campaign that they orchestrated in 08, 09. And they had one of the absolute grandmasters of corporate propaganda write them a guide for how Israelis should represent themselves to the world so that they trick everyone into having the best possible opinion of bombing children. It's a crazy document. You will see, like, it will expose so much of the language around the Israeli position in clear propaganda speak. When you search DC Drano's account for anything like Israel, it's a similar story. That being said, Posobiec's reporting on the Israel situation is a little more balanced. I'm not super familiar with his stances on it, but he seems...
Sorry, guys, I thought this was about Epstein, not 100% about Israel. So let's go to the next clip. That is on Fox News, and this was actually reported on my favorite, one of the only people I watched on Fox News, which is Jesse Waters and Gutfeld, but Jesse Waters just released this an hour ago, so this is actually the most recent.
See, hopefully tomorrow is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information, but it's pretty sick what that man did.
So we were looking today to find out more about why the government's been so suspiciously protective of Jeffrey Epstein. This afternoon, a bunch of conservative influencers left a meeting at the White House with binders that said the Epstein files, phase 1. Once the binders were opened, people were able to see flight records and Epstein's Rolodex and a list of masseuses. The masseuses' names were blacked out, and the information from the flight logs wasn't new. Neither was the Rolodex. When we began to feel duped, Pam Bondi released a letter that says, basically, I was duped too. In the letter addressed to FBI Director Kash Patel, Bondi basically says, I asked you for the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein.
So let's say the feds aren't cooperating. They need to go in and charge all these mother effers with treason. That's what I think. I don't know if you know what happens when you get charged with treason. I think I've told you. They used to hang people who sold out their own country for political gain, and we need to bring that back. We need to put the fear into these corrupt politicians. Either side, it doesn't matter. What do you think about that?
I mean, when you said that, I was like, oh, wow, that's a bit extreme. But, I mean...
When it has to do with children, though, and the trafficking of children.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know how I stand about children and sex trafficking, and it's absolutely disgusting. If someone can do that, like, I don't even, I just get enraged.
And they've gotten away with it for 20 plus years. Like, the Clintons have been already well known there on the Epstein list, and nothing has happened to them. They've actually gotten rich as hell, more rich, millions upon millions of dollars richer. And yeah,
Sickening.
Yeah, we need accountability. Now, Trump, come on.
I received 200 pages of documents. I asked if these were all the documents, and the FBI said yes. Late yesterday, I learned from a source at the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and the indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated requests, the FBI never disclosed the evidence of these files.
Squidman, Biden is definitely on those files. I'd say Obama's, the Clintons, and I already said Biden.
For sure.
Biden, the Clintons, and the Obamas. The top three Democrats. No, they're definitely on there. Obama, huge, disgusting person.
Bondi's demanding by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning that the FBI deliver everything to her office, including all records, audio, video recordings, all materials related to Epstein. And she ensures.
That lady just said, look at Jeffrey Epstein. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. I agree, though. He does look disgusting.
Yeah.
OJ will disclose everything. And she's directing Patel to begin an immediate investigation into why the FBI isn't following orders. So who's in charge at the New York FBI field office? Who's withholding Epstein docs from the Attorney General? James Dennehy is running the show there. There he is. This is the guy who emailed his whole staff to dig in after Trump took office.
So he's the one that's protecting the pedophiles. Disgusting human being.
Who is that?
That guy.
Oh.
Yeah. The minute Trump got sworn in, supposedly this is the man that is said pretty much don't give him any information, which is what they did in his first administration. That sick F makes my skin crawl whenever I see his face. Yes, they need to start. They need to start charging these people with treason. Treason, treason, treason.
And don't forget that James Comey's daughter is an assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. She worked on the Epstein and Maxwell cases. She's kind of knee deep in this. Epstein was facing sex trafficking charges in Lower Manhattan. Where's all that paperwork? The FBI seized computers, surveillance videos, banking records, file cabinets, and photographs from all of Epstein's properties in New Mexico, the Virgin Islands, Palm Beach, and in New York. The Justice Department also gave Epstein a sweetheart non-prosecution deal 17 years ago. Where are those files? The Bureau of Prisons. Where are those files? You remember where Epstein killed himself? I asked Bill Barr about that, why everything seemed to go wrong that night.
When I first was Trump's last attorney general, Pam Bondi is in his place now, but he supposedly covered up and was the ringleader behind Epstein getting killed in prison. I think it was a setup. It's been not proven, but I mean, how could in like a very facilitated prison where you have a guy this famous on the world stage getting charged with like sex trafficking across the world just die randomly in a prison cell? Mm-hmm. They turned the cameras off and they killed him or made him, probably hung him. I think they said he hung himself, right, guys? Which is just impossible because this was the most talked about guy in the world at the time. There's no way that someone was just, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up at all. And I think he was killed, definitely.
Heard all the information and all the coincidences here. I was suspicious.
What were the coincidences? I mean, those were a lot of coincidences.
Well, one of the cameras was out.
Right.
He was supposed to have a cellmate. The cellmate left. They didn't replace the cellmate. And the guards who were supposed to check him every half hour didn't check him.
My EMT source said he was on the scene immediately to pull Epstein's body out to the morgue. And when he got to the cell, he saw 7 people there touching Epstein's body and moving stuff around. Trump did say during the campaign he'd release these files. So it's not like this came out of the blue. Jeffrey Epstein did act as an informant to the FBI. Is the Bureau embarrassed?
That's funny, Ruth.
Is the Bureau embarrassed that they let hundreds of young victims down? This was all happening right under everyone's noses. Epstein was probably an intelligence asset, rumored to be working with the Israelis, maybe this country, probably other countries. Was he a double agent? He had dirt on everyone and a knack for making cash. And he's dead. So the government has no one to protect but themselves. Epstein victim attorney Jennifer.
Yeah, so that's the last one. This is our first video. We're going to start doing a lot more reactions together. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was our first one, so it's going to be a little shorter than the norm. Yeah, crazy stuff going on. They need to start locking up these pedophiles that have been trafficking kids, raping kids, killing kids. And you, as we know, adrenocline, which is just, or adrenocline, I believe it is, where it's just blood that the rich elites are known to drink because they think it makes them live forever and it makes them look younger than they are. I've actually been going down the rabbit hole with this one lately, and sometimes she has to tell me to stop because I give too much or say too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's okay. He's passionate.
Very passionate. And I hope you guys have a great night. Love you guys. Oh, hey, Chicago Conservative. Hope you're having a great night. Told her a lot about you. This is my lady.
Yep.
But this is the end of our live for the first time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.